It's honestly very, very difficult to put into words the power that ASE has because it's so important and it is such a transformative experience. But I think for me, over the journey of these past 4 years of doing ASE, I've really come to understand that immersing yourself in a different culture, whether that be domestically, internationally, or even in our own Boone community, that is so important in order for a person such as myself to understand my role here locally in this country, but also in the world. And I think a lot of times students get caught up in this bubble that we live in Boone, and they don't understand our role as a global citizen. So I think ASE is so powerful in that it allows students to see that there's so much need and there's so much opportunity to build these global perspectives and global relationships and partnerships. And I think that has been so meaningful to me through the ASE process. I think for me, I had a lot of personal growth going from being a participant 2 times to being a leader of an ASE 2 times. And I put a lot of personal pressure on myself that each participant would kind of have a life-changing experience and that their experience would be so full of learning and education and just social justice and be really, really challenged. But I think something that helped me to overcome this challenge was seeing that every single participant is going to get something different out of the experience, whether that be developing a new personal relationship with someone, learning something about a group dynamic or leadership or team building, or be motivated to go learn a different language, or just be passionate about global service or domestic service in the future. So I think experiences like these have a distinct impact on every single person, but I think as a leader, it was a long learning process of understanding that every single person is going to be challenged and bettered in different ways, and that's okay, and that's a beautiful thing. And each way in which a participant learns and grows is a victory. I think one of my biggest passions in the entire world is being immersed in different cultures and understanding different parts of the world and understanding people that have so many different practices than we do. And I think my first glimpse of seeing the beauty of another language spoken was my first experience on my ASE to Guatemala. And when I was in high school, I studied Spanish, but it was more to get a good grade on a test. And so after really being immersed in a culture in which everyone spoke Spanish, I was really inspired to become fluent in the language and have since studied abroad in South America, and I became fluent in Spanish, which has been very incredible and very special to me in being able to learn and build relationships with people so far away that are so different, but have these practices that are always an opportunity to learn from. And I think especially as students in the Western world, we often think that what we're taught and what we're grown to believe is the right way of living. And so I think being immersed in a global setting and in different countries is a great way for us to see that there's so many different practices and different ways of living elsewhere, and that can help contribute to us wanting to be active citizens and global citizens and create change in our communities, in our states, or in the entire world.